What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Final Fantasy Entertainment and Podcast Network. I am your host, the Warrior of Hype, Daniel. And joined with me today, as always, is the Fire Fighter, Vinny. Vinny, what's up, man?
Not much, man. Excited to talk about Kingdom Hearts.
Excited to talk about Kingdom Hearts. 20 years, but allow me, with great pleasure, to reintroduce from the early days of Final Fan TV, it's the Mako Man, Reed. What's up, Reed?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Reed introducing. Ugh, that's rough. Thank you for the welcome back, Easy No Way. It's good to be back, man. It's always fun to chat with you guys and just kind of talk about games we grew up with and stuff.
Yeah, this is Kingdom Hearts. This was a very formative title, I think, for us. Kingdom Hearts came out when I was 12, so 2002, and we got a lot to talk about today. We're gonna share one of our favorite Kingdom Hearts memories. We're gonna go around and share our favorite Kingdom Hearts memory, and then, that just sounds good, right? Kingdom Hearts memory. It's a game about memories, right? It's a melody of memories.
I guess you could even call it a chain of memories.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Dang, look at that, 2 titles right there. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about mostly Kingdom Hearts 1 today, as it is the 20th anniversary of that game. And we're gonna be playing some Mad Libs. We're gonna look at 2002 commercials. We're gonna look at 2002 article from a magazine. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So nostalgic and just shenanigans. It's gonna be a good time. Let's get right into it. I'd like to start with sharing one of our Kingdom Hearts memories, like a favorite Kingdom Hearts memory that you guys have. I'll start with Vinny.
Yeah, so what got me onto the game actually was the Final Fantasy characters inside of it. So like that was like my main interest in wanting to play the game. And then you kind of just see all the characters at the very beginning and then don't really get to see them again, but it was somebody showed me, they were like, do you want to play Kingdom Hearts or do you want to borrow Kingdom Hearts? And I was like, not really, because it just looked like a kid's game because of all the Disney characters. And then he was just like, no, look, Yuffie and Sid and Cloud and Sephiroth, they're in this game. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I'll give it a try, thinking I could like play as them. But so I'm playing like through the whole game, and I'm just like, dude, I haven't seen Sephiroth once. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I think you lied. And then he was just like, oh, no, he's in the Coliseum, which is something that I like neglected to do. I was like 10 years old playing this game, so I was just basically like running through like story stuff. So I went back into the Coliseum and then went to go fight Sephiroth, and then got completely obliterated. So like my fondest memory was grinding out in Hollow Bastion to get to level 99 to go back and like beat up Sephiroth. And it just that like journey of like, it was grinding, but it was like every time I got a level it was excitement because I was just like, I'm one step closer, because like my friend said you had to be level 99 to beat him. So I just went to the max level and beat up Sephiroth. But that was probably my favorite memory, is going in there after playing Final Fantasy VII, beating Sephiroth in 2 different video games.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Reed, do you have a favorite Kingdom Hearts memory?
Yeah, certain. Well, I mean, it's like almost my worst memory, which is why it's probably my favorite. But as far as like how I got into it, Final Fantasy X had come out and was really good. But I saw they were doing like a Disney, Square and Disney crossover, and a lot of people don't realize this, but Square has done crossovers in the past, specifically Mario RPG.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which was
Legend of the Seven Stars.
Fantastic game, like one of my favorites. So I was like, dude, they're doing that with Disney, like, sign me up. And like the action RPG thing was like really new back then, so it was like, I don't know, just exciting. So I was super hyped about it right off the bat. But probably the best memory is finally killing Kurt Zisa.
Oh yeah.
Because it took me like 100 tries. So there was a song, God, it was a Stray Light Run, band of Stray Light Run, I'll never forget. But every time I went into the desert, I would start the song, because the plan, like, I never survived to the end of the song. So I'd die, like, so I'd go, this is before laptops and stuff like that. So I had my big desktop. So I'd walk over, restart the song, fly into the desert, find him again, die, restart the walk over, restart the song. Yeah, it's just that same
That
song.
became the theme song for your boss battle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so when I finally beat him, I was like, I'm never listening to this song again.
It's
great.
That's like one of those things where when you think of a band, I don't know if anybody else does this. Whenever a band starts playing, you instantly think of a game that you were playing.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
GoldenEye.
Golden.
Meteor had come out, and like Somewhere I Belong, like the intro is so catchy. We'd always like loop that song playing GoldenEye.
Yeah, dude, I was going to actually say Linkin Park for Kingdom Hearts. That was mine. Yeah, Linkin Park. I mean, it was around that 2002 time when I just discovered Hybrid Theory and stuff, right? So like every time I listen to Hybrid Theory, I just get flashes of Kingdom Hearts in my head.
For me, Linkin Park goes with the Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I didn't really listen to. I think I just listened to Final Fantasy VII when I was playing 7. I didn't put on other music, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Linkin Park, and then Crossfade for like Jack and Daxter. But Crossfade, man. So for me, my favorite memory for Kingdom Hearts was I was this kid at school. So we would go to the lunch table, and I was at the lunch table with a group of my friends, and I would sing at the top of my lungs. I would sing Simple and Clean. I would sing it so loud, and then eventually I got my other friends to be involved with it, and it was complete with choreography. Yeah, we were those kids, man. So it would be like I set this up for you guys while you guys were talking. It'd be like, hold me, whatever lies beyond this morning is a little later on. Regardless of morning, the future doesn't scare me at all. Nothing's like before.
Wow.
He remembers it.
I remember the choreography, man.
It's amazing how like I can remember lyrics to a song I listened to like 15 years ago, or like, specifically how to beat certain parts of video games. But if you're just like, oh yeah, explain the Pythagorean theorem, I'm like, shit, that was. Oh, man.
Come on, man. I know how to beat Kurt Zeisa. Can you imagine
Ask
though?
me something else.
That was at the lunch table, sitting over there, and just like we were all like doing the the choreography and everything. We had so many ladies coming up to us, like it's crazy. They just flocked to us, man.
Yeah.
They heard us singing Simple and Clean, and they just came to our table. Believe it or not, just wow.
Pom poms flying everywhere.
Pom poms fly. Oh my God!
Yeah,
He's singing
exactly.
Simple and Clean. And then when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, I named all of my friends after Disney characters, and I just call them that the entire time. Every time there was a couple that actually they weren't even my friends. Like I just call them Disney characters. Oh man,
I'm sure they love that.
some of them weren't. But yeah. So that's
It'd be even better if like whoever you named Goofy actually talked like him.
Oh man, does anybody here have a Goofy impersonation? Because like I have to hear it a lot.
Oh, don't make me do it.
Let me hear it, Vinny. Come on.
All right. Gorsh.
Gotta say.
Dude, what's even better is like hearing people do bad Goofy impressions and just say Garsh.
Gorsh.
Like, it's always
Hold on, dude. Gorsh. Right.
Imagine like if Goofy was like a Gentile like Jewish woman, and it's like, what's your favorite beet based soup? Borscht.
Borscht. Oh, borscht. Later on we got Mad Libs, and I may have a Mickey Mouse segment. I mean, I can do a Mickey Mouse, but if anybody else wants to do the Mickey Mouse, anybody else?
All you, man. That's all you, man.
Yep, that's.
I said, "Oh, that's all you, man."
When,
All right, well,
when we do our King of the Hill podcast, I'll do the Hank Hill
God dang it.
Mad Libs for you.
all right, that sounds good. We'll have to do it. We'll just pick a Final Fantasy topic and then just do it in King of the Hill voices.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
yeah, for our Mad Libs, it's going to be a acting out a
Shinra.
scene. We're going to act out a scene. Somebody's got to be Riku, though. Somebody's got to be Riku.
So here's the thing, though, and this is kind of going back to the previous thought. Was like Mako, Shinra's an energy company, right? So what if like Shinra was like propane? Like,
I'll specialize in Mako and Mako
like,
accessories,
and
I guess.
Hank Hill is Cloud. Like Cloud is Hank Hill.
Yeah.
Complete with the spiky hair.
I have a picture of Bobby and Hank Hill as Super Saiyans from Dragon Ball.
Oh my god.
Well, there's our Kingdom Hearts memories that we shared. I think we can take a look at where do you guys want to go to next? You never know who you're going to run into next, as they say.
Which world would we like to travel
Which
to?
world would you like to travel to? We can take a look at Kingdom Hearts 2002 trailers. We could take a look at a review in a magazine, or we can do a ranking of Kingdom Hearts 1 worlds.
I think we should get the nostalgia flowing and watch the trailer.
Let's watch the trailer. All right, everybody, we're going to take a look at the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 1. We have a couple things we can look at. We can look at the beta trailer. We can take a look at a commercial for Kingdom Hearts 1. There's a couple things, as you can see here on the screen. Anything with Kingdom Hearts 2. We're going to keep it on Kingdom Hearts 1. So which would you guys like to listen or look at? Would you like to watch the very first trailer ever for Kingdom Hearts? Or would you just want to skip to a commercial?
I think the beta one might get my vote. Just
Whoa! That might be too loud. Hold on, let me get in here and change the volume. Put it on theater mode. There we go. Oh crap! There we go. Aha! I forgot to change it over. Forgot to change it over.
You started like nodding your head. I was like, man, it's really enjoying that.
I gotta take it out of that scene. I believe this is probably what they showed at like one of like Tokyo Game Show or E3. You see how like Goofy's in a different outfit?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool to see how things changed a little bit. So, oh, whoa, right there. Did you see? I wonder if Disney Castle was originally planned for the game and then it got cut.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like
Right there. I watched this earlier and I was like, that's Disney Castle from like Kingdom Hearts 2. It felt like. So yeah, if this was the very first trailer ever, that looks like Disney Castle.
Just straight up just mounting Dumbo.
It's like, I'm sold. I want this game. Crazy how this like had no voice. I wonder if like voiceovers were even done at this point.
Yeah, they just like have like play scenes where they just have like a normal dude doing the voices.
Yeah. Oh no. Gorsh. You are the one who must open the door. I love how like you can tell this is the same composer of Final Fantasy 15. Like you could put that together so much now. Can you?
You couldn't climb up that guy, I don't think, in the actual release.
I accidentally got on his hand, and I didn't go all the way up to his head, but I got on his hand and I was like, oh snap, I can do this? Like, I was just recently playing it. Look at that old logo though. That old logo's cool.
I like the old logo.
Winter 2001. Didn't make that date. Got pushed back. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like how a lot of the different outfits, like for Goofy, you could tell. And then I was like, I saw something I wanted to mention to you guys. Where was it? No, just like how epic would that have been, right? So you see freaking Donald and Goofy, and then this epic music playing in the background, like just epic background music, this freaking giant monster, like like you're running up the hand and slashing. It's like, what is this game? Like, you hadn't seen this before with Disney and Final Fantasy clashing like this. I think that's amazing. This first trailer did such a great job of showing that like juxtaposition of the magic of Disney and then like the epic of Final Fantasy, like, and just smashing them together. It's pretty cool.
Talking about the costume changes, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 1 in, I want to say, probably over a decade, since 2 days ago when I started the playthrough.
Yeah.
And I remember their costumes changing a lot more. Like, going through the first time you notice the costume change, depending on which path you take, like, I think is Halloween Town and Atlantis. Like, those are the 2 times that the costumes change.
In Kingdom Hearts 1, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Do they change in Neverland? I know he gets to fly, but they don't get to change, do they?
No, I don't think they do.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's one of those 2.
Wow. I had taken every magazine that came in. They have like a little advertisement in it, and I had taken every single advertisement and ripped it out and taped it to my wall. And like there was one with Sora in the full Kingdom Hearts Halloween Town, in the Halloween Town outfit. Sora, Donald, and Goofy head on the wall. I remember that one, like, for some reason the most. And then I tried drawing it as well, because I would draw a lot. So yeah, that was cool. And then let's take a look at just a regular commercial, a 30-second commercial. First, an advertisement that.
First, an ad.
I don't know if we're allowed to show that anyway, but here we go.
There you go. There's that simple and clean for you.
Oh my god. I like how even in the 30-second trailer, they make a point to show Sephiroth. Like,
yeah.
That's such a draw.
Yep.
That was the draw for me.
For real, right? Like, I saw like Hercules holding Cloud over his shoulder. I'm like, what?
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to bring up after, I fought Cloud yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really paying attention to his costume, and I was like, he's a mix between Vincent and Cloud. He has the red cloak, and he has the claws on his one hand.
Yeah.
Like Vincent's like a gold like claws, and I was like, and it's interesting because Cloud's whole like thing in that is like he's following the darkness, so he kind of has like Vincent's like dark persona inside of him as well. Like I just like really noticing that now, but
yeah, and his cape even moves in the same fashion as Vincent's does.
Right, and I don't know why the Buster Sword is wrapped up in medical tape, but
it's the same reason why Neon's legs are wrapped up in tape.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, that is really cool. I thought I put out a poll yesterday, or not? I guess it wasn't a poll, just a question on Twitter for which Final Fantasy character had the best redesign for Kingdom Hearts. A lot of people said Leon. Surprisingly, I mean, there were obviously some Cloud votes in there, but a lot of Leon.
I mean, except for changing his name to Leon.
Well,
Yeah, it's Leon actually.
isn't he? Well, that's just his code name, right? Because they have code names because they're in hiding. I mean, they're supposed to have code names. Yuffie.
Well, I mean,
Aerith
Yuffie even
don't.
says, I'm Yuffie, and then she's like, hey, Squall, I mean...
Yeah, and he goes,
Right.
it's Leon actually. So,
But-
did you know like that's the guy who was in God, I can't think of his name right now, and it's David something, but he's in Bones. Like he was the dude in Bones, and then he's also in SEAL Team, I think. Can't think of his name. I think it's David. But like Leon had David, and then Cloud had Steve Burton from General Hospital. Like these were like big name people like coming in to do
Right.
Kingdom Hearts.
And this is actually Kingdom Hearts is the first time you get to hear what Yuffie
Yep, the
and-
first
and
time.
Cloud sound like.
And Leon and pretty much any Final Fantasy character except for, and then like
It-
Tidus was a kid, so like it was different because at that time Final Fantasy X had just come out, so
a
like
year ago.
yeah, so like they didn't bring back Tidus there, sorry. They didn't bring back the adult actor. They brought
But
back yeah.
his name was spelt different too.
Was it?
Titus in Kingdom Hearts.
Whoa! I didn't know. Is that was a code name? It's like when Superman puts on the glasses. All right, it's a T. It's actually Titus with a T. Thank you.
Right.
I am incognito
no one put
now.
that together, yeah. Exactly.
But
Yeah. No way.
Going
It said,
back to
"How
the
did the final?"
redesign.
I'm sorry. What was that, dude?
did Squall even have a redesign? He
Oh yeah, he had
Longer
like
hair.
long hair.
Longer hair.
So
that's it. He just had
yeah.
longer hair?
Yeah.
Kind of pretty much. I think everybody really liked that he kind of inspired by Laguna a little bit, and they had the
Oh.
long hair. That's what the general like gist of the Twitter comments was. Cloud obviously was a favorite as well. Yeah, so I thought Sephiroth was kind of cool, like with the cape having like the wing. It almost looked like that was kind of cool. A lot of really cool redesigns, and in this magazine, Nomura says that like they were like, "Why did you redesign some of the characters?" He said, just because I could." Like, just because I could.
Game.
It's just whatever. It doesn't really fit into the canon of their stories, so why not? Yeah. So Final Fantasy characters fit into Kingdom Hearts 1, which is such a surprising question because Kingdom Hearts 3 did not have any Final Fantasy characters in it.
It had a world though, right? I didn't play 3 yet.
No.
But it didn't have a world. That wasn't Final Fantasy 15's world in 3.
No. No.
You didn't visit it at all in a cutscene or anything.
You're
I thought
talking about. I
some-
think you might be talking about Versus 13, like with it was like Verum Rex, and it was a character that looks kind of like you. See, you haven't like Vinny hasn't played Kingdom Hearts 3,
not
right?
yet.
Yeah.
Neither have I.
Okay, so yeah,
That's
it's
why
like it's called like
I'm
Verum Rex, and it's kind of like this. You can tell that it's kind of like Nomura saying, "I'm just gonna keep Versus 13 going a little bit, like just through Kingdom Hearts if I wanted to." So there's that, but it's not actually Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3. So yeah,
Not even a Moogle.
I can't believe that either. Like that was one of my kind of disappointments with 3. Like there was no Final Fantasy in there. So Kingdom Hearts 1, the Final Fantasy characters are just kind of there as like anchors to the story. They don't really like Cloud is working with Hades in this one. He was there to defeat Hercules. Like
Kill
Hades
Hercules.
recruited kill Hercules, yeah. A casualty here or there. I mean, that's whatever, right? Like, it's no big deal. Yeah, so he was recruited to kill Hercules in the tournament, and he would have.
But like when you're talking to like Squall, Sid, and Yuffie in the vacant house, Squall or Leon starts talking about how all their worlds got destroyed. So like the world of Final Fantasy was destroyed by the Heartless, and Squall even says that Ansem was their leader.
I know. Yeah, that was
Which means
weird.
Ansem is part of Final Fantasy's world. If Ansem was their leader.
I noticed that too. Like when I just did the replay, and they were the king of his world. Like their leader was Ansem. Like, so is Ansem from Final Fantasy 8? What?
So technically, I mean, like even Ultimecia from Final Fantasy VIII would be able to. I mean, we're talking some Dark Tower stuff here. You know, like all the universes are combined.
Yeah, I would love it if Kingdom Hearts 4 actually explored that direction and kind of went to Final Fantasy worlds, but I guess that's kind of what we're getting with like Dissidia and Stranger of Paradise a little bit, but yeah, that would be cool if Kingdom Hearts went that direction and kind of let's go to the world of Final Fantasy VIII. You know, that would be cool. Yeah, so there's that. Like, Kingdom Hearts 1 had Final Fantasy characters in it. That 3 did not. 2 had them too. So
like Balam Garden as a world would be awesome.
Right, man, right.
Go straight to that cafeteria and get that hot dog, man.
That's the first thing you're doing. It's got to be a whole mini game. It's got to be a whole mini game in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Dude, man, you remember the mystery, the Secret Santa thing we did way back in the day?
Is that Shrek?
Yeah, is that Shrek? The Secret Santa. We couldn't do it last year without you, man. We got to bring back Secret Santa again.
That was so funny.
So that's basically what were we even talking about? We looked at the trailers. We looked at commercials. So that's basically a look back at 2002 and the commercials and like how crazy it was to see this mashup between Final Fantasy and Disney. Tomorrow is 20-year KA. Yeah, so big like announcements could come tomorrow. It's actually 1 a.m. Eastern if you're on the eastern side, East Coast. If you're on West Coast, I think it's 10 p.m. if that's how it works, 3 hours behind. So 1 a.m., which makes me think, and it's not even going to be live. This 20-year anniversary event is not a live thing. It is a stage show, but they're not doing it live, from what I hear. So this is going to be old news by the time anybody else is watching the video on demand. So I don't want to talk about it too much, but we could be getting some big information coming very soon. Hopefully Kingdom Hearts 4 information. I think it'll be a spin-off because that seems to be the way to do it. Build up to the next numbered title. So let's take a look at a magazine, guys. From
actually,
or no, what's up, man?
I took a poll.
Yeah.
Only 2 people voted, one of them being me.
So at least 50% of people say constituents.
50% of people who are not me voted for Tier Maker. I voted for Tier Maker, and then one other person in chat voted for Tier Maker.
Well, let's go over to the tier